What's wrong? We live? So we are live. All right, so welcome to the studio. This is my home studio. Normally when we're out here doing a show like this, we've got 50 or 60 people sometimes here for the concert, but I'm here especially tonight because I've wanted to for a long time, and frankly I've just been too busy chasing family around, but a couple weeks ago I came out with this new book, Healing Piano. This is a book that probably was in the works for, I would say, almost 2.5 years. And I've wanted to for a long time to have a book that really, and just an album that would really kind of capture kind of almost a whole story arc of going through the healing process and kind of the loss and grief. And I'm hoping by putting this together is something that's going to help a lot of people. So one of the things I'd like to do tonight is I'm just going to play through the whole book. I've actually, it's been about a month since I've played through the entire book, but we are going to hopefully take you on a journey. We are in the middle of recording this right now, and I am not completely finished with it. It's a work in progress. I'm hoping sometime by the end of October, we've got the whole album ready to go and we can get it out just in time for Christmas, which will be kind of fun. But the first song in here is called Reflection. I'm going to start playing here in a second, but this one is, I would say, of all the songs in this book, I probably struggled more with figuring out a name for this. It changed names multiple times, and I just had different emotions every time I played it. So as I play through this one, this is kind of that beginning of that journey towards healing. So hope you enjoy that. well, that's the first song. So it would be really helpful. So I've got my computer here. I'm kind of following along. I've got my team back here punching numbers, but I would love if you wanted to post a comment in there if you're online. Love to see where people are listening from, whether it's live or whether it's later on. I'd love to just come back and see where you're at, and any comments you want to make. That always helps the Facebook algorithm. So this next tune is called The Last Song. So the last song, the reason it's called that one is about 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, when we moved out of our house that we'd been in for 16 years, we'd had almost everything packed, and the piano was actually going to get moved out of the house the next day, and we were tired. I want to say it was like 11:30 at night, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and relax for just a second. Maybe there's one last song that, you know, just kind of capture all the memories and kind of the feelings that we'd had. That, you know, we'd brought multiple kids home from the hospital to that home. I mean, it really did feel like home to us, but there was, you know, obviously there was reasons to need to move on, and this tune, this is what kind of came in that emotion. I want to say this one came together in less than an hour, which is, it's very rare for a song to do that. So this one is called The Last Song. So this next tune in the book is the third song. The next one is called Midnight, and I totally remember writing this one. So I'd gone to bed, I had a long day, And it was one of those times where you have I don't know, for me, I have songs pop into my head once in a while, and I've found that if I will actually write them and go do something about it, you get more. And there's been times where I've ignored it, and what almost without fail happens when you ignore those kind of promptings or ideas that come to your head, they quit coming as often. So it was about 12:15 one night, just a couple months ago, and nearly ready to go to sleep, and this song hits me, and and I was like, ah. And so I ended up getting up and actually went in the other room. I put on headphones so I didn't wake everybody else up because they were all sleeping. I have been known to get on and play on the grand piano up at midnight sometimes, and it drives Stacy and all of my kids crazy when I do that. But anyway, went on the digital piano, put this on, and this is the song that came out. So I called it Midnight. And I just this week, somebody emailed me, I can't remember the name of who it was, but they said, oh my gosh, we've got the book, and the song Midnight is my absolute favorite, absolutely love it. So whoever that was, if you aren't familiar with Midnight, I hope this becomes your new favorite, and this one's for that one person that I know for sure this is their favorite one. So here we go. people watching on Facebook. Awesome. And YouTube as well. So very cool. Put some comments down there. I don't see my comments showing up on the side there, but if you are commenting, hopefully I will try to respond to that. So feel free to put a comment. Let me know where you're from. Like the video, put a little thumbs up. That'll help as well to have a few more people who are online to find this. So this next tune is called "Hear My Prayer," and this one, when the tune came to me, I kind of had this picture of, if you think of like Les Mis and Jean Valjean when he's like singing and feeling like he's going to lose his daughter, it kind of had that emotion and kind of had a little bit of that feel. So as you listen to that, maybe picture that same type. Maybe that's the scene and it was just like a different song but this is, I think, I don't know, I like all these tunes, but this is definitely one of my favorites from the book. All right, so this next tune is called Heaven. It's had a couple of different names. I went down and recorded this down with Chuck at his studio down in Sandy. I think it was February when we went down there, and we did kind of some weird, kind of improvised electronic type of stuff with some synthesizers with the song. And we'd gone down that day to record a whole other song, and I was just kind of tinkering with this one on the piano. I just barely recently finished it, and Chuck's like, hey, well, let's do that one. I really like what that sounds like. And so I've actually got a version of this one I think it's called Heaven's Gate is what we called it when we released it. I later found out that Heaven's Gate was the name of like a cult where a bunch of people committed suicide, which isn't very awesome, so I actually changed the name of that one. So anyway, so that's, I may even just pull that one down and just change the name. That's not something that I think very many people should or probably want to remember. Or maybe we can give a positive thing for it. But I think this is a really pretty tune. This was another one that just came to me late at night, well after 10 o'clock when I started kind of jotting this one down. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of a little bit different feel, but definitely still feels like that warm hug that I was going for with this healing piano. My hope is you could put this on and it will just kind of just kind of help you relax and feel good. And it is getting warm, Tyler. So I've got them over here. Go turn the AC on a little bit if it's not on, because it is getting warm. We may just open the garage here in a second. So here you go. This is Heaven. All right, so this next tune is called Moonlight by the Lake, or Moonlight on the Lake. This one is probably one of, I don't want to say it's harder, but it's got 4 flats, and some people, I think, have a hesitation to want to play black notes, whether sharps or flats in music. So it's not hard. It's I feel like the key really kind of made it feel warm, and so let me know what you think. Through the book. So they've got about only 14 pages to go. This next tune is called Growing Older. I think as I was going in through the book, I felt like once you've kind of felt and gone through something hard and are starting on that healing path, we mature and have times where we just kind of, I don't know whether it's getting older or just get more mature or get more aware of what is all of the layers of life and things, and I felt like this one kind of captured that feeling of kind of that maturing and moving to that next stage, being a little bit wiser and older in life. Next tune is called Small Steps. Actually started on this song at the very end of 2022, so a little over 2 years ago, or around 2 years ago, I guess. And it was just kind of pieces of it that came together, and I felt like, and this one actually came in kind of little baby steps, but I think as we start to recover and heal, there becomes kind of these small steps that make us appreciate maybe the journey that we've been on, and recognize those little things that are what probably end up mattering most. And so anyways, as you are on that path, I think being able to recognize those small wins and celebrate them when they do happen makes all the difference in how we kind of move through that healing process. So here we go, small steps. All right, this next tune is third to last song. This one kind of was special. I actually did this at the very end of last year, and I played it, I think it was in January. I had a concert, and at that concert, I didn't have a name for it, and and I told everybody I kind of felt like it was wrapping up, and just kind of that warm hug you'd get from a friend after you'd gone through something hard. And when I kind of had about 50 people, it was actually in this room, and I'd finished it earlier that day, right before the concert, and I just told everybody, I said, hey, I'm looking, tell me what you think this feels like. I don't have a name for it. And somebody came up after that, I'd played it at the concert that night, and they kind of broke down and they'd had some really traumatic, it was a death in the family or somebody had been really sick, and they said that was the kind of that big warm hug or that embrace, and that the music had kind of done that for them. I thought that was really cool. Actually, I've never, this one always has stood out to me because of that thing that person had shared at that concert after. And anyway, it was kind of emotional, very cool, kind of cool experience that you don't get with every song. Or, you always hope that somebody's going to be touched by the music you're doing, or be helped in some way, or a lot of times you just hope somebody's going to listen to it. And a lot of times I just do this for myself even, and I've just been fortunate and blessed that it has helped other people, and they've been able to benefit from it as well. But this one was really a cool thing to know that it helped that person. So hopefully it helps you or other people that hear it once we get this recorded. So I think this is the first time we've actually recorded this one. I don't know whether I don't know if we've done this yet or not. I know it's not finished, so at least in the recording. So this is called A Warm Embrace. right, we are nearly to the end of this. If you just are joining us, I'm playing all the songs out of this Healing Piano book. It's the newest one I've just released about 2 weeks ago and got from the printer. So if you've got that book and you want to pull it out and follow along, I'm literally playing right out of the book. A lot of times I'll play off my iPad. It's been funny. So as I'm sitting here playing through the whole through the book, I've had a couple of times. I've got a brand new book, and there was a couple of the pages that were stuck together. I'm used to playing off of the iPad, and I can turn the pages, and there's actually a foot pedal that I can turn the pages with as well. That's kind of fun. But anyway, playing right out of the book. That's one of the signed copies. For those of you that received the book, if you look down in the bottom corner on every book that I signed, I actually numbered the first 500 copies. So I've got a few of those left. If you want to get a copy, those are still available. They're signed, and there's a number down there. You'll know you got one of the first 500 copies. So we are going to dive into the last two songs now. And this one is called Going Back. And I think as I was doing this one and thinking about the tune, there's places that I go where you can just have memories, and whether it's the nostalgia factor, and it just kind of that flood of memories. Maybe it was when you were a kid, or when you were with your parents, your mom, your dad, especially when like grandma and grandpa, when somebody's passed on. I think some of those moments kind of hit you harder, where you go back to maybe the house you lived in, or the park you used to play at, or the school you drive by, the school you went to, and there's kind of that. I feel like this was kind of that soundtrack for me as I would get into some of those special spots and have those floods of memory. So kind of family. So hopefully, maybe close your eyes as I'm playing this one, and kind of think of somebody who's maybe passed on in your life, and let this be the soundtrack to some of those good memories you have with them. last song in the book is called Sweet Dreams, and hopefully it makes, if you're listening to the full album, once we get it done, it'll help you kind of feel like you're going to sleep. That is the entire book of Billing Piano. Hope you guys enjoyed that. You can get copies. We've got plenty here at the warehouse to be able to ship out. But over the next coming weeks, we're going to have some recordings. We'll probably have some music videos coming out soon with some of these songs. I know there's one of them that is live on YouTube that you can go check out now. But that's all there and available. I have a big, exciting announcement and some examples I'll probably share very, very soon. I'm actually working on a new book, and the goal is to have it kind of a big surprise. So if you made it to the end of the video here, you're the only one that I've told so far. But there's going to be a whole new book of hymns that is from their arrangements from one of my favorite composers that I've just fallen in love with a lot of the songs, Janice Cat Perry. So if you have heard of her or haven't, go check out some of her stuff. She's got some amazing music. But I'm doing a piano solo book of all of her songs that I am nearly done. I think I've got one more song to write, and then we've got to go through all the editing process. But that's going to be done, hopefully, and then going to the printer here in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for listening, just sticking out with me. Hope you enjoyed this one. I can't wait to share the actual recordings once we get some strings and other things that are going to happen when we do the full album. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll catch you on the next one. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to do something different with this. If you think if there's songs or you want me to do this more often, would love to kind of get your input. And you can also shoot me an email at jason@tonyoli.com, and I'd love to. I respond to my emails. That is my email address. As long as you can spell my last name, jason@tonyoli.com, you'll get me, and you're going to get a response probably from that as well. So thanks so much. We'll see you guys later.